tuning in. And today I have an Australian wine from Pacific Brace. I hope you can see that it's a Cabernet Sauvignon Shiraz. Yeah, let's try. See if the Australians can make good wine. Who knows? Delicious. Delicious. Okay. So, today's story. Before we start, please like, share, subscribe. Let's go. So, I am male, age 31, living in the UK. Honestly, growing up, I didn't really know what being gay was until I was in high school. I went to a boarding school and that's when I knew I was gay. Girls never did it for me, and I just thought maybe it wasn't the right time. But being surrounded by boys in the dorms and showering with them all the time, I was just in a constant state of arousal, which was pretty confusing and honestly scary. I had to hide who I was and always had to shower early before everyone else woke up, and had to talk about girls I was attracted to and whatnot. Around Form 3, everyone started asking why I never dated or why I wasn't interested in girls. I knew some guys were a little suspicious about me being gay. I mean, I'm not the most manly man, and some of my features are really feminine. So I got myself a girlfriend. I shudder every time I think of that. I loved her, but mostly as a friend. But I had to pretend. Every time we kissed, I felt like a fraud. I'm so glad that kissing was all we did, because anything more would have killed me. We were together for 3 excruciating years. I introduced her to everyone back home and they loved her. The only way I survived high school was because I knew after my A-levels I was going to stay with my mum in the UK. I thought things would be different there. I would proudly come out and have a community full of people who are out and proud. But I had underestimated how comfortable I was in my little closet. At 19, I was now in uni, living off campus in a small apartment my mum rented for me. I had my freedom. Mum was only 2 hours away, and to be honest, I was really happy. That was until my mum started asking about relationships and dating. My excuse always was I was busy with school. I started dating a guy from uni my second year. We dated for about 6 months, and then he broke up with me because he hated being my little secret. After that, I just started hooking up with different guys, no strings attached. It was fun for a while, but then I was over it. I wanted something more. So my 4th year, I met my now husband. He is Kenyan and he understood my reservations about not telling my family. Our situations were not the same, but as we are both African, he knew that being gay in the African community is still a taboo. When Mom came for graduation, I introduced him as my very good friend, as she had seen a lot of photos of us together on social media. She laughed and just started chatting with him like They'd known each other for years. After she took us for a bite to eat, when we were finished, she was ready for her 2-hour drive back. She took me to the side and said, "I know he's not just your friend. And I think it's time you started being your true self." With tears in my eyes, I asked her how she knew, and she said, "A mother always does." And with that, she left. T, Abby's first initial. Seeing me crying, thought my mother had said something awful and he was ready to defend me, which made me love him even more. So at 24, I came out. The family was divided by this, as we have a lot of so-called Christians, even though the Bible says do not judge. My mom and twin siblings are my rock. They support and love me unconditionally. Got married at 28, twin girls at 29 through a surrogate. I am living a life I always dreamed of. I just hope that one day Zimbabweans will become more accepting of the LGBTQ plus community, because I'm not the first and definitely not the last. With all my love, KK. Okay, I always say, first of all, I don't understand why the LGBTQ plus community has to come out. You know, it's not like us heterosexuals, we come out and say, "Hey, I'm in love with a man." I mean, come on. Second, I don't understand why people are not accepting, because if it doesn't affect your life personally, well, everyone has a right to choose who they love, because it's a free world. I hope it's a free world. And this, yes, I know a lot of African families do not accept gays, lesbians, transsexuals. It's still, you know, an issue, because I don't know why, because I don't have this mindset. For me, if a person, I love their heart and they connect with me, I do not care who they love or who they are sleeping with in their bed. So for me, it's really an issue where I think, where is the humanity? Because if I love someone and I have to hide it, that would be really terrible. Yeah, imagine being in love with someone, totally, truly, body and soul in love with someone, but you cannot express that love because someone else is going to judge you for it, or rather, you're afraid your family will disown you because of the person you love. That's when you start to think, was their love really genuine? Or because everyone says parents have an unconditional love, but there are some parents, the moment you tell them, I am lesbian, I'm gay, I'm trans, or yeah, then they stop loving you all of a sudden. That means that love was conditional. Yeah, no two ways about it. So for me, this story, thank you so much, KK, for writing to me, because I know this is still a situation where I think most parts of Africa are not open to yet. And this is the truth. I mean, in South Africa, they kill you, they rape you first, and they kill you for it. So I just hope we reach that point in our existence that you can love who you love and you don't have to explain it to anybody because it's nobody's business. And I'm really happy for you that you have your twin, you didn't say girls or boys, but your twin children. Hey, you know, life moves on, and yeah, everyone who says God is going to judge you, he doesn't like that, or whatever, yeah, we'll see that at Judgment Day. Because here you are busy judging someone else for someone they love, and you think God is not going to judge you for judging them. I mean, make it make sense. So yeah, I support you 100%. I do not care if some of my followers don't agree with this, but yeah, that's just bigoted. To be honest, I support anyone who does anything they love with their heart, with their mind, with their soul, with their spirit. If they're a good person, I do not see why I shouldn't accept that person because they're in love with the same sex, or they change their sex, or whatever. You know, people, as humans, we like to judge a lot. We like to see the wrong in others, but we don't see the wrong in us. So I just want to say, I really hope, like you said, that Zimbabwe one day becomes an accepting country, and people can really live their true selves, who you are, because there's nothing more damaging or traumatizing than living a life you do not want just because you're afraid of being judged, or afraid of being killed, afraid of being arrested because you love someone. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say cheers. We'll see each other next week. Anyone who is an opposing my mindset or opinion than mine, please comment in the comments below, and then we can have a discussion about it. But for now, cheers, and I wish you all well. And to all the people who are struggling to find acceptance in the world, just know you're not alone, and not everyone is closed-minded. Thank you.